Hello everyone, I'm Salad, and welcome back to Danganronpa 3. We're still watching the Future arc, and we're still watching the Despair arc. I'm getting them mixed up here. But of course, Hope and Despair are two sides of the same coin. They go together, so makes sense. But things have been very lighthearted so far. Things have been slice of life, things have been comedy, things have been one gag after the other style, but there's also been these seeds of conflict, the stuff with Hajime, the stuff with I don't know, the Izuru project that's happening, and of course, Fuyuhiko's sister being introduced into the reserve course at the end of last episode. So let's see where all that brings us today. Oh right, I think I need to change the audio again. There we go. All right, let's see. Hope speaks to high school ideals for applicants, for graduates, for students' school life achievements. I okay, I guess that's just a web page. But he doesn't have a talent, so he just doesn't feel worthy. But honestly, these other kids that do have a talent, some of their talents aren't that crazy. I don't think you need to worry too much, Hajime. Like even if somebody has a talent, it doesn't mean their talent's gonna be useful. Reserve course building looks a lot more normal than the main building. And again, everyone's made out of water. It's totally fine, totally normal. Don't worry about it. Yeah, you probably should. You probably should heed Tengen's advice and just live a life as a normal person, not get involved with this project. But we know that's not what's gonna happen here. Always love to hear the classic music come in. No, this is a great way to introduce yourself. I thought that was a wonderful introduction to the character. What are you talking about? A super high school level little sister? I agree with her logic, honestly. Yeah, being the super high school level little sister, I think that's a great talent. I think there's nothing wrong with that. Don't worry about it. Yeah, he kind of has given up already. He wants things given to him for free, honestly. It seems like. Talking about um I think I was saying Mikan. It's not Mikan, it's Mahiru. She's obviously not gonna say, even if she was plotting something, which she is. Rival gangs, maybe? Okay, never mind. Okay, and I think she's the person who ends up killing the sister. And then Mahiru, like, I forget the details of the murder, but I think Mahiru, like, withholds or something about it, or I don't know. Yeah, she's stirring up a lot of trouble, jeez. Kind of reminds me of Hiyoko in the way that she stirs up trouble. Did Mahiru do that Did she hold back her punch because she knows that if she strikes a not reserve course student, like a main course student, then she's gonna really get in really big trouble? Because they're worth more than a reserve course student. Honestly, it would be better just to ignore her instead of trying to start fights with her. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Hamburg steaks. Does Nagito have a bird? Oh, is she gonna start spreading rumors everywhere? Ibuki would definitely be interested in that sort of mischief, spreading rumors. Oh, you competing against each other? She should play co-op games. You can tell. Probably still play them. I think she likes them enough that she still would enjoy games. Again, yeah, they should play a co-op game. Why did she? Okay, there we go. Good, that's much better. Honestly, when playing video games with friends, it's always better to be doing co-op than like PvP against them. It's always more fun that way, I think. Yeah, but even if she has more talent, I don't know. It reminds me of. I mean, I'm sorry, I keep referencing other anime, but that's everything. Other anime always keep popping into my mind, and hopefully I'm not spoiling anything for anybody. I'm gonna try my best not to spoil things for anybody, and be as vague as possible in the things that I say about other anime and other shows. But like, I was just reminded of like the in Hunter x Hunter, the Chimera Ant arc, a certain person with talent and a certain person with strength, with pure strength, and I don't know I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but there's a certain part where they say that, oh yeah, they might have talent, but with my strength I can just kill them in an instant, and so it doesn't matter that they're better at this one talent than me if I can just kill them instantly. And that's what I got reminded of. And she could just, even if even if Mahiru is more talented, she could just kill Mahiru, and then it doesn't matter. She still has something that she's stronger than Mahiru at. And that's just straight up physical strength. But you gotta protect her. She is mentally unstable though. And we know how this ends. Yeah, she ends up getting killed. Not the friend, the little sister. I mean, yeah, he's saying it for her own good. And she is. I mean, okay, that's great and all that you feel very emotional about it and you really want to, I don't know, follow in along with your brother and you feel very strongly about that, but she's just gonna get herself. that doesn't, her intentions being good in a way, not really though. It doesn't excuse like the way that she goes about it. Yeah, she just wants to go along with him. But she's made her whole life about her talent now, and he feels the same way. Both of them are way more focused on talent than actually doing things. He's just parroting that. He doesn't truly believe it. I'm sure he doesn't believe that. So I don't know what the criteria is that Hope's Peak uses to determine whether somebody is an ultimate or not. Like if they were to try to decide, okay, is she the super high school level ultimate little sister? What criteria would you even use to determine how much of a ultimate little sister she is? How would that even work? Are they just gonna have her say Oni-chan and see how well she says it? Like what is the criteria here? I don't understand. Guess we'll never know. Oh, police? Oh, she got killed, right. She already got killed, I'm sure. Yeah, and they both probably feel bad that they didn't investigate what was going on with her and left her alone. Okay, so she didn't kill her. Again, I don't remember the events of Danganronpa 2, but I thought that in Danganronpa 2 it was her that did the killing. Was it actually not her? Was it really somebody else? Or is she lying to Mahiru here? Sato. Why would you confront her? I guess he feels close to Kazuryu now? Okay, that smile. Okay, no, so she was behind it, maybe. Yeah, okay. Yep, unstable. She did a good job of lying to Mahiru, though. Even fooled me. Yep. And that was surely done by Peko. Okay, I don't know if you needed to throw him around, but... Oh, it's this guy. Of course it would be him. He's in charge of security, huh? No, don't try to just... Okay. The Oathspeak Academy is notorious for not telling the truth about what was going on. Because they hid the stuff about like with the tragedy that happened in Hope's Peak, all the deaths that happened in that room. They hid that. They hid a lot of things, so they don't want to tell anybody anything. They were always very secretive. Yeah, that wasn't very smart. He doesn't believe that himself. Hajime is saying this, but he doesn't believe any of that.
普通の高校生らしく、普通の高校生同士で、俺たちすげえって青春してるよ。なあ。たまにいるんだよ。音楽と少し関わっただけで調子こく連中が。たく。だから嫌いなんだ、凡人どもは。
So I feel like this guy, what this guy's doing right here, like I didn't really like him in the previous season either. This just makes me not like him even more. But like doing this kind of thing to Hajime here, this is obviously going to affect him greatly, and I feel like it's going to be one of the reasons, probably among many, that when he becomes the ultimate hope, it's not such a great thing. Because of people like this, who affect his views. This guy speaks as if he's some sort of noble. And everyone else is a commoner. Good job, Yukizame. Yeah, I mean, that's a reasonable response. How could you have any good feelings towards Hope Speak Academy and the people there after that? I mean, it seems like you're the dark side of the school. What are you talking about? How exactly? But aren't you doing the same thing? Or are you only doing that because that's what you were ordered to do and you're still trying to investigate? Yeah, yeah, but don't get violent with students who don't know anything. Sure, if you wanted to keep him out of this and be violent so that he wouldn't get involved, that could have been done in other ways. You didn't have to. That is not a good way. I guess it's the only way he knows how. That is not a good way to make sure that he doesn't get himself involved. Surely there's better ways than that. Oh, no Hajime? Oh, there's Hajime. Why do they always play next to this bench next to this fountain? Proof that Chiaki and Hajime is the true canonship of Danganronpa 2? Probably. She wouldn't care about that. She definitely wouldn't care about that. You're the only one who cares.
できることもある。
It's
聞いている
interesting.
ように
The people who have talent think that talent doesn't matter. The people who don't have talent think that talent is the only thing that matters.
参加を決断したそうです。
It's all grass is always greener on the other side.
人口の才能、人口の希望か。希望になります。
Yep. This is going to be interesting to see how that goes. And, well, we know how it ends, right? But we don't know how it actually progresses. I think the most interesting thing to see is going to be how does he interact with Chiaki as Izuru Kamakura. And I say that because he's not really going to be the same person at all, I feel. He's going to be completely different. And he's not going to be the kind of person that Chiaki likes anymore. That's probably what's going to happen. Now, the whole story we got with Kuzuryu, Fuyuhiko's sister. It was interesting to see, and it seems it does relate to what is going on with Hajime in the sense that I guess Hajime had some relation or like knew a little bit about Fuyuhiko's sister, or at least interacted with her just briefly, not very much, but enough to see that they had a bit of connection in their views on talent and really wanting to have a talent. So I guess he felt sort of a kinship with her a little bit, which was interesting. And of course, we even had this scene here where she sheds tears over the fact that she doesn't have a talent and can't go along with her brother and stay by his side in whatever he's going to be doing with the future because he doesn't feel like she's worthy enough. Again, I don't think that would matter to the people. It wouldn't matter to Fuyuhiko, I don't think. And just like it wouldn't matter to Chiaki, I don't think, if Hajime never had a talent. It's just, I feel like it's a lot of lack. The issues that are happening here are in large part because of a lack of communication between two different parties. And it's the funny thing is that there is communication that's happening. It's just not happening between the people that need to be communicating. Because here we have Fuyuhiko's sister talking to Hajime and telling Hajime all the things that she really should be telling Fuyuhiko. And that's the problem. If she told this all to Fuyuhiko, she'd actually be able to get a real response and real answers to her questions and maybe come to terms with how she feels a little bit better. And then, of course, we have what's going on with Chiaki and Hajime, where Hajime feels a certain way about his lack of talent, and he did mention, I think, to Chiaki before about how he doesn't have a talent, but he's not really expressing how he really feels about it. And he's not asking her how she feels about him not having any talent. I don't know. It just feels like a lot of these issues that are happening within the characters' minds could be resolved by just talking it out. But then again, that's not unusual for any kind of show or any kind of media, right? A lot of times, a lot of problems and issues in movies, in anime, in books, in any kind of media, they can very much be solved just if the characters had talked to each other. A lot of romantic comedies are based on the fact that the two people involved are not speaking to each other. They're not just expressing themselves, right? And that's a similar thing to what's happening here. So it's not unusual. It's not unconventional. It's a common problem. Is what I'm trying to say. But it does make sense. And of course we have the scene with this guy. I don't remember his name. I'm not gonna bother trying to remember his name. He's still irritating the way that he acts. He's acting as like exactly the kind of police officer that everybody hates and gives police officers bad names or security personnel or anything, right? He's exactly the kind of one that nobody likes, and everybody would if he exists and he does something, it goes onto the news, and everybody paints everybody else in his position with the same with the same light as his actions have revealed, right? So don't like this guy at all. I don't care that he had this follow up scene with Yukizome where he's like, oh, I wanted to prevent him from getting involved. Doesn't matter. What he did was still absolutely horrible, and he should feel bad about it, but he doesn't. And there were better ways to make sure that Hajime was not involved with figuring out what was happening in the darker side. And of course, it wasn't helpful either because he's the one that's at the core of the dark things that are happening. Hajime is the one who's at the core of the project, the secretive project. So, yeah, we'll see how. I guess we'll continue on and we'll see how that gets. What happens with that in the next episode? I guess the next episode is going to be possibly him immediately turning into him going through the process of turning into Zero Kamakura. So let's move on to the next episode and let's see that happen. A lot of missing dogs or cats? Okay, so you have once a year exams. How are the exams gonna be though? They said they're practical exams. Is it like the kind of because all of these characters have different abilities, right? Different ultimate talents. They're not things you can't test them like, oh, how good are you at math? How good are you at writing? Because that's not everybody's thing. So by practical exam, do they mean they're going to give them some sort of real world problem and ask them to solve it in whatever way comes naturally to them? Like, I don't know, there's a house that needs to be built and you build the house in whatever way that makes most sense with their talent, or there's I don't know, some garden that needs to be spruced up. I don't know what is even going to happen. Or they have to get out of a locked room or something. Is it going to be some sort of team-based exam as well? I'm just wondering if this is going to be something similar to some of the challenges in the games, where everybody has to work together to solve some sort of puzzle. Cancel the exam? Oh, because of the deaths. Nagito's still. Nagito's always been crazy. They're televised, or media coverage at least of the exams. I mean, I guess that makes sense. They're so important. But what I'm curious about is what made Nagito this way in the first place. Because it doesn't seem like there was any catalyst for it. It's not like he saw that despair or hope creating animation from the Ultimate Animator. It's not like he met Junko, as far as we know. So why is he this way? Why was he always this way? Was he born this way? I don't understand. What, did you just want to get information? About how the fact that it has media coverage? Okay. He's gonna stop the exam himself somehow. How? Chucky's still at her signature bench. Yeah, he's gone. He's doing his transformation. Sayaka? Okay. Sure you did. Okay, so how is this part of his plan? Okay, a favor. Oh, he wants to make more of that? Oh, Seiko. Okay. Yeah, that wasn't very smart interrupting her while she was doing that. So we are going to get some of the other characters that we saw from the from the previous season. I mean, we already have saw quite a few of them, but
すみません。それお願いしていた
I didn't expect her to come back.
正確には活性剤、腸の機能を活性化させる薬。
Oh? Is this the person with the sweets again?
もう
Yeah, it's these two.
おしゃい
Yeah, Ruruka.
正確には研究中の蘇生
Reanimator?
身体能力の向上は
She's trying to
副産物
reanimate
君がある
corpses?
ってことでしょオッケーオッケー細かいことはいい
Oh, there's a reanimator and the reactivator. Oh. Is he gonna spill something? Okay, yeah, this is the reanimator.
こんな時ばっかり私を
こういう時に頼りになるのは幼馴染のあんただけなの
She's still,
でも
yep,
お願いあんたしかいない
manipulative as ever.
だって私たち友達でしょ
Does he honestly not know which one it is?
こんな僕なの
Ugh,
運任せで問題ないか
goodness gracious.
こっちか
じゃあ早速
Hopefully she can make more of it for herself.
まだ
Although I guess it doesn't really matter in the future now, doesn't
食
it?
べてくれないんだね
Oh, that explains in the first season. I think she did try to feed some sort of drug to some of the people that died. I think Yuki Zome, specifically, I think she tried to give her some sort of drug. Was that the reanimator that she was trying out and it didn't work?
あすみません
I think we saw that happen.
下級生下剤取りに来たの
Yeah, she really shouldn't let other people grab all this
いつもあ
various
りが
stuff.
とうね聖子ちゃん
But I guess she doesn't care if it doesn't work for them. She's doing it for herself. And also, since she didn't check either of those people, she's not even gonna know that they have it swapped. So she can't even tell them. Because neither of them showed Seiko what they actually picked out. They didn't even confirm. So Seiko doesn't even know. Postpone the practical exam or bad things will happen? Trying to do a threatening letter?
念のため警備部に連絡を入れておこう我々には我々の仕事がある
Oh, there's the missing dog.
裁きの炎って放火予告ですかねこの学園の生徒なら爆弾なんてのもありえますねただのいたずらならいいのですが
Yeah, again, how does this place not already
遅くまで準備して
gone up in flames?
するなんてルルカのせいだ最悪
Oh, they're gonna switch bags? And she'll have it again?
ませんでしたね
They really shouldn't have identical looking
聞い
bags.
たのおかげさまでじゃんじゃん出ましたいい下剤でした
Okay then. But yeah, now he doesn't have the reanimator, right?
超高校級の幸運の僕が
But he is the ultimate lucky student. Did he actually get something useful out of that? Okay, what kind of exam is this gonna be?
トップリームでスペシャルなシュークリームなのです
I mean, it seems like her abilities are kind of similar to Seiko in that stuff she makes can enhance people.
身体能力向上薬をた
Oh, okay, that's why.
ドーピングシュークリームよ
I see. Never mind. Did she really not test them herself beforehand? Oh no, it's gonna make them all poop it all out. That's what's gonna happen. Yeah. Oh, that's great. Okay. Yeah, she deserves that. Ruruka, you deserve it. Again, it's Ruruka's problem for not checking. Just grabbed one and left. You're the one who took it! Poor Seiko. It's a bum. Yeah, okay. Oh man, this really sucks for her. Well, this is when you're supposed to play along and be like, ah, this was all part of my plan. You see, this is my real ultimate talent. Alright, and this is the start of... This is the start of their conflict, that's for sure. Well, not even the start, but... Oh! Is he gonna become a super dog? Oh no. Well, I mean, now it's not gonna be a missing dog anymore. Everyone's gonna know where to find it. Nope. Is it bad luck or is it good luck for you? Is this actually secretly what you wanted? I see. He's so lucky that he's lucky enough to get bad luck once. How lucky for him. Never mind. It makes perfect sense. What, a giant dog on the loose is the serious matter? I guess compared to all the other serious matters? You shouldn't become a teacher, Nagito, then. I don't know if that's true, actually. There is definitely such thing as a hope that hurts others. There's plenty of people that have various hopes that involves like the hurting others. So I don't that's not true. Unfortunately, a lot of the time in order for people to get what they want, it's at the cost of somebody else not getting what they want. Not always though, but sometimes it's true. Okay, but didn't you already tell what's his face not to use physical violence? But okay. All three of them were expelled. Interesting. Wait, so did the bombs actually get detonated? Hold on, let me reread that. I wasn't clear on that. Yeah, the bombing. Okay, so wait, the place did get bombed? No casualties though, it said. Okay, so the bombs did go off. I guess, okay, that makes sense then why it was such a big deal. Yeah, who triggered the bomb and why? Was it Ruruka? Suspended indefinitely? What does that even mean? Okay, so he's just gonna be assigned like private teaching? Yeah, he got what he wanted. The practical exams are being suspended. You know what? I think the reason why he wants that is because the ultimate hope isn't here yet. we don't have Izuru Kamakura. That's probably why. We're probably gonna get the practical exams when Izuru is ready to do the practical exams. That's probably what's gonna happen here.
みんなおはよう。間違いだよな。
呼び掛けるのとどういうことじゃ。
伊吹たちの先生じゃなくなっちゃうんすか。
I
それ
see.
に駒枝くんも定額って。
駒枝くんはね、クラスのみんなのことを考えて、みんなのために頑張ったの。私たちの。
Yeah, I guess that's true. He wanted to give them more time for the
駒
exam.
枝くんが戻ってきたら、温かく迎えてあげて。
This means they're gonna get their old teacher back,
私はみんなの先生
who doesn't want to actually teach.
こんな時にクラスを離れてごめんね。はい、先生。
That was a much more confident yes than she did when she accepted the position in the first place. That's some Chiaki growth right there. We'll skip past the ending this time and see where the after credits is.
予備学科に転属になったの。これで調査を進めやすくなると思うわ。
Will it?
朗報という割には元気がないな。
Just trying to be upbeat about it.
京介にはかなわないな。
Now she's investigating the reserve course. So the question is Hajime, when he becomes Uzuru Kamakura, going to go to the reserve course, or is he going to be immediately recognized as an ultimate and be placed in the with the rest of the ultimate students? That I'm not sure about, but I think I'm very confident now that Yukizome is not an ultimate despair at this point. Not a remnant of despair. She's not any of that. This was an interesting episode. It had a lot of conflict. We saw not the beginning of the conflict between Saito, Saiki, whatever her name was, and Ruruka. It's not the beginning of the conflict, but it's where it really explodes, literally and figuratively. This whole thing with the reactivator, the reanimator, again, that answers some questions from the previous season, but also again, why did they not check what they got? And it's just interesting how everything always goes. Nagito's luck is so good that everything always goes his way, even when it doesn't go his way. It's actually secretly going his way. And then the giant dog. What happens to the giant dog afterwards? I'm curious about that. Does it stay giant afterwards? Does it shrink back to a normal size afterwards? What happens to the giant dog, huh? Are we going to see it later? Is it going to become a recurring character? And then these three get immediately sent out of the school, which is honestly probably for the best for them, although they all end up getting killed anyways later on in the previous season. But I think it's probably a better fate to get removed from this school before it gets into too much more trouble than to stay here. So yeah, it's probably sad for them, but I think it's I'd rather not even be part of this school in the first place if I knew what was coming. Now we also had this scene with Nagito making some sort of deal with the cook guy that nobody likes. I don't know well, actually no, sorry, that I forgot. What he got out of it, I think, was he was introduced to the psychos, whatever her name was, the person who makes the drugs. Right, that's what he got out of it, just to give everybody a bit more time for their exams. Very kind of him, of course. Truly the most kind and wonderful individual Nagito is at all times. Just looking out for everybody in their best interests. I'm curious now what his reaction will be to seeing Izuru Kamakura for the first time. Will he be overcome with joy? Will he have like a Hisoka type reaction when he sees Izuru Kamakura? Is he going to be very happy to see like, oh, embodiment of pure hope? Or is he going to think it's disgusting? That's what I'm curious about. I think that's all I've got to say about this episode. It was a lot of various things happened, but I don't think there's too much I can comment on yet because we still haven't seen Izuru yet and what's going on with that yet. So I think that's the important part. We've always seen here is what's going on with Nagito's character, what's going on with the other people, the exams, and Yukizome, her getting demoted. So that's all. This is all clearly set up for something else. So we'll see if we get the payoff for the setup in the next one, or if maybe it'll go on. It's gonna happen further on into later episodes. But either way, we'll see. So that's all I got to say. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.